The world continues to watch the rapid rise of VTOL aircraft, yet despite years of excitement and countless promises, true widespread adoption still feels distant. The technology is advancing, regulations are evolving, and dozens of companies are racing to build the ultimate electric or hybrid vertical takeoff and landing machine. But there has always been a massive missing piece in this futuristic puzzle: infrastructure. Where will these aircraft take off, land, recharge, and operate without relying on traditional airports that defeat the entire purpose of VTOL convenience? A groundbreaking solution may finally be here, coming from a Chinese-German company called AutoFlight. Rather than forcing VTOLs to rely exclusively on land-based infrastructure, AutoFlight proposes an idea that seems almost obvious once you hear it: water-based vertiports. With the world covered in rivers, lakes, and oceans, water surfaces are one of the most underused resources when it comes to transportation. Floating platforms offer nearly unlimited deployment flexibility, rapid installation, and minimal disruption to crowded urban environments. AutoFlight's new concept imagines a future where VTOLs can operate from floating maritime stations, dramatically expanding their reach and solving one of the industry's biggest challenges. These floating vertiports act as mobile hubs, able to support multiple VTOL models, such as AutoFlight's 6-passenger Prosperity aircraft and the powerful 2-ton cargo carrier Carryall. The platforms are equipped with large landing pads, photovoltaic energy systems, onboard battery storage, charging capabilities, and even a passenger cabin that functions as a compact departure lounge. Because they act as marine vessels, they can be positioned virtually anywhere, on calm lakes, along busy coastlines, or near offshore infrastructure. They can even be grouped together to form clusters, creating floating airports of the future. AutoFlight envisions 5 major applications for these floating vertiports. The first is energy platform maintenance. Reaching offshore oil or wind platforms can be extremely time-consuming with boats or helicopters. A floating vertiport positioned nearby could cut the transport time dramatically, potentially increasing operational efficiency tenfold. AutoFlight has already shown VTOLs in action, recently completing a real-world offshore cargo mission with the Carryall, flying from Shenzhen to a CNOOC oil platform in the South China Sea. Emergency rescue is another critical use case. With floating VTOL stations positioned near high-risk areas, response times could be reduced by more than half. VTOL aircraft could reach stranded vessels, swimmers, or coastal accidents much faster than land-based teams. Because missions would launch from the water, aircraft could cover larger areas in less time, increasing the chances of successful rescues. High-frequency commuting is perhaps the most exciting application for everyday travelers. Imagine reducing hours-long commutes across congested coastlines or waterways to just minutes. Floating vertiports placed near key shoreline locations could allow VTOL services to operate continuously without interfering with land infrastructure. This opens the door to a future where coastal cities are connected by aerial corridors instead of highways. Marine aerial tourism could also be transformed. VTOLs launching from scenic lakes or offshore hubs would give passengers unprecedented views and rapid access to remote natural attractions. Instead of relying on expensive helicopter tours, travelers could enjoy quieter, cleaner, and more accessible air experiences. Finally, the ability to network floating vertiports into clusters could create highly efficient modular air mobility systems. These clusters could evolve and reposition as needed, adapting to demand and delivering unprecedented flexibility to the aviation ecosystem. AutoFlight has already demonstrated the capabilities of its floating vertiport at Dianshan Lake in Kunshan. A Carryall aircraft successfully took off from the platform and performed multiple missions, including formation flight with 2 other VTOLs and supply airdrops. While the company hasn't announced an exact deployment timeline, the real-world demonstration suggests that these platforms are far from science fiction. With VTOL cargo aircraft entering production and passenger models on the horizon, the floating vertiport may soon become a transformative piece of global air mobility infrastructure.